Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd here, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and last year I had just grabbed a couple little odds and ends and tidbits, some little goofy flubs and bloopers and things that had happened to me over the previous 10 years, and it was, you know, in the 20s in terms of minutes long, and people were like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious, you gotta do this again. So this year, I started, like, every time somebody said, oh man, you said something silly there, that's funny, I started chopping that out. Well, apparently, I say a lot of wacky things through the year because I think we've got close to 50 minutes of footage for you this year. So, take a moment, go pop some popcorn, hit the pause button, come back, and you might want to take this one in a couple rounds. So, enjoy a year's worth of words from the RV Nerd. Now, one of the key factors of any Coachmen ultralight, whether it's the Freedom Express or the Apex sister to this you'd find here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, is the abscess, oh my lord, Asdel substrate. That went from awesome to gross. I screwed that up pretty nicely. Let me start again. One of the cool parts of this camper, or maybe you have some guests over and you need some extra seating space because you're watching America's Next Model Top Singing Sensational Super Talent Star coming this fall. You get the idea. Of these that you can stomp on. You could literally just like Macho Man Atomic Elbow that sucker, brother. Oh yeah. But the fact is, and buddy, this is taking me back. This is an auto stop AudioVox AM FM cassette player with graphic equalizer, and this even had the fancy little lights that flashed up. Ooh, that is some fancy, fantastic stuff right there. Does this? Oh wow, I think that might actually still work. That's probably worth money in and of itself.
Camping with lap dogs is the best, because instead of getting up and taking them to the little dog area and using the plastic bag to pick up their poop, you can just kind of hold them out the window and squeeze.
Side, and right above that, bam, outdoor TV hookups. And you have to say it that way. You have to add the bam, otherwise it's... That was our trailer checking guy, Jody, inside the trailer. I didn't know he was in there. All right, let me get myself composed here. Bam! Okay. Now, if you look right up at the base of the awning, you can see that little metallic hump. That is the optional aluminum shield for the awning. I think that's not the technical name for it, but at this point I'm still so rattled by Jody yelling bam at me that I can't even get my crap together. Also, they are using the Barley Popinator 9000 series. Everyone knows is 37% more effective than the original 2000 series. Why they jumped from 2000 to 9000 remains a mystery to me. I'm an RV nerd, not a Barley Popinator expert, unfortunately. Now this bathroom's very uncommonly shaped, kind of like me. But it's very effective, kind of like me. You've got this vaulted ceiling here with that skylight above. It gives us tons of headroom. This is a very good shower for bigger, fluffy folks like me around the midsection. This bathroom's a lot like me now that I've noticed. It has 3 rapid fire. Actually, the folks are return Haylett RV customers. They bought a small 25-foot rear kitchen fifth wheel from us years ago. Then they took up a life of Bigfoot hunting. They've recently also improved the bedding in this from the previous generation to a nice Serta bed. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not like, you know, a luxury Serta series, but it is a lot better than the blue wafer of back-breaking death that you normally get in most of these little campers. But one of the benefits of that corner bed inside is that it creates the prime opportunity for a big old compartment right here. And just to give you an idea of how big it is, it's literally big enough to hide a body. I mean, look at this thing. You could hide 2, 3 bodies in here. This is some serious body compartment storage right here. And then if you look down here, I mean, there's a surprising amount of legroom. And it's not like I'm really, I'm not crammed over here into the corner. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a half man spread, maybe a boy spread. Hopefully people don't rate me hate mail over that. I think they know what I mean. And I think I'm gonna do something stupid and we're gonna climb that ladder and get a look at the roof here despite the weather. I really shouldn't be up there, but I just can't help myself. I'm just dedicated like that. Well, I was going to at least. I got up that rear ladder and looked at a sheet of ice and went, nah, it's not worth breaking my neck. I'm sure you understand. Love the little accent colors. Like if you notice, there's actually multiple shades going on the outside here. They've got the blue accent lights above it in a couple places. For whatever reason, when this blue light reflects off the white surface and my camera looks at it, camera goes, oh, it's purple. I know that color, I'll make it blue purple. So they're blue lights. Why they're showing up purpley, pinky, bluish, I don't know. I'm not a camera guru. I should really learn about these things at some point. I'm too busy learning about RVs, regardless. Although, that is the dumbest placement for backup camera prep I have ever seen. You could have dinner and a movie with the table and the chairs right here. So, I mean, you could make your own little kind of home theater situation. Sit there, have a bite to eat, be able to set the drinks right in front of you, have yourselves a good time, go to bed when you're done. Moving past our camp theater entertainment seating multi-function table chair station. It's a long name. I'll work that out in my own time. As we look down here, if you see an Arctic Wolf model says relax, like Frankie say relax above the bed, well then it's a 60 by 80 queen bed. But if it says suite, well then it is a 72 by 80 true king bed. And that is a rare find in the RV industry. There's a lot of 70 by 80 kings, don't get me wrong. I think that's plenty. I think it's fine. But this one's just slightly bigger, so you have just slightly more room. Where that's really handy is for a person like me. We're a pet family. I got my little fur baby, Carlos, and Carlos McGillicuddy, Esquire Winters Jr., Esquire. He's got Esquire in his name twice. It's weird. Anyway, free floating. Whole carpet is camperless. Camper is carpetless. And the final configuration is truly my favorite. Because, like the mighty Voltron, defender of the universe, these components combine to form the Catalina Battlefort. Now, I like to call it Fort Batalina, but, I'm weird like that. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Catalina Battlefort. You can't get in without a password. It's just that simple. Catalina 3... What is this guy doing? How did that person even get there? Okay, try it again. Catalina 313 DB... God, what? DB... DSCK... Dual... Double bunk... Double slide... Camp kitchen... Okay. DBDSCK XYZ LMNOP. What a ridiculous model number. But you definitely want to get that slide open when you get to a destination. Definitely, yeah. Charlie Babbitt. And a lot of people are going to say, oh man, that's too short, I'll never fit in that. Here's the thing I think a lot of people forget. I've noticed that when people are like looking at campers, they lay on it like this, like stiff as a board, like this is how I'm going to lay at night, man. But nobody does that.
Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here, and I just had some dental work done. And as you might have guessed, I am numb, son. And I didn't think about this. I scheduled I scheduled this before going to work. I am in a job that requires me to be able to speak and articulate things. Like, look at this beautiful fifth wheel. I think mistakes have been made. I'll just leave it at that. I've made some mistakes today, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. This stuff needs to wear off quickly. Otherwise, I'm gonna be playing some catch up today. So take care, stay
And with our super slide closed, it's a really nice opportunity to trick out... Crap! We've got a white overhead LED accent light as compared to the blue disco lights that have been in this industry for a while. If you're tall like me, you got extra long clothes or something, you're not going to have to worry about them getting all wrinkled up at the bottom. Although, I'll admit, when I'm camping, I don't care anyway. I'm camping, man. I don't care if I got a bag of dog poop in my hand and I'm wearing pajama pants in the morning walking my dog. I'm camping. I don't care what I look like. It's here, and then one step to the bedroom, yeah. Having a dedicated middle bathroom is actually a classic feature that you don't see very often today. But one of the things I like is it sort of gives you this landing. You can kind of just wake up in the morning, you can sort of peek out your window, maybe you stand here, you know, a cup of coffee or whatever, taking a sip on it. Now, obviously right now we're just looking at our massive inventory of fifth wheels here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Hopefully you're looking at something a little more scenic, maybe some water, maybe some foliage. Foliage, I always like to say that. Obviously it's foliage, but you get the idea, you know. Also, something that is easy to miss. Ooh, nice little touch. Little drunken octopus coat hanger right by the door, right where you walk in. Nice. Because doesn't this guy, look at this thing, and I swear, every time I see it, you see his little drunken eyes like, what, you want to play? You want to play about it? Put up the dukes, buddy. That's what that looks like to me every single time. I'll never get tired of doing that voice either.
Our bacon's looking pretty good. We're about to wrap it all up. Once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and start with our sausage patties. And dude. Have a good afternoon. We're calling this one Seymour, by the way.
Seymour. Why Seymour?
Well, it's a big rig, so there's a lot to see. Number one. Number two, something like this is really going to allow you to see more of the United States. And it rhymes with Seneca. So, Seymour the Seneca.
How does it rhyme with Seneca?
They both start with S.
That's not rhyming, that's alliteration.
Whatever. I didn't realize this was an English class.
I didn't realize you didn't know our English language. There's not much to say.
I got nothing.
We'll put that on the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Road trip! Ow!
Party's over.
All right, kill it.
Enjoy this camper, you will.
And everything is storage. Cans and pots and pans, macaroni and cheese. Everything is storage. Everywhere you please. Oh crap, I'm recording. Ah! You see, because with Catalina, it's not the playbook, it's the execution, and these guys are some executioners. Now I'm doing something kind of dumb, frankly, walking backwards on a roof, but I am a, we'll say trained professional, we'll say that, but I'm an experienced idiot. That's not a 1.5-inch little flopsy job, which is a technical term. I had to go to RV nerd school for years to learn how to use that properly, but you get the point. But also, that is another travel trailer feature you don't usually get in a pop-em-up camper. Pop-em-up campers! Sorry. I love that voice. That Floyd the Trucker voice, like, yeah, I was driving along I-75 when I saw the Piggly Wiggly. Like, I love that voice. I love it so much. I'll get caught in that voice for hours. Like, if I start doing a Christopher Walken or something like that. Now, over here, you can see, got a couple nice little...
A quick...
I don't know what my wife sees in me. They're fun. Frankly, what I would do, I'd turn it... You know what? I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I would turn this thing into a little something I like to call Fort Awesome Sauce. Fort Awesome Sauce. And everybody knows that nobody's allowed into Fort Awesome Sauce without the password, unless Mom is bringing us a peanut butter and jelly. Yes! Yes! Look at these giant pillows! But it basically means that this thing has a full-size interior height without having a what am I saying? a full-size interior height with a reduced exterior height. It is early. I haven't had my caffeine. Pardon me. Kind of cool is, in addition to outside entertainment, we have an outside grill hookup, and they have this positioned where it's not directly under the awning. So right now I'm hooked up. If I wanted to, I could go hook up. Let me just, I don't know, what was I listening to on the way in here? Sorry. Okay. So I was listening to some Guns N' Roses, and apparently I had my volume cranked because, I mean, if you're listening to Welcome to the Jungle and your speakers aren't crackling, then I don't think you have the volume loud enough. You kick that thing into high gear, and it pushes some serious air. I mean, just to give you an idea, guys, it literally blew some hair off my head. But then again, maybe that was just Mother Nature getting a hold of me. I'm not sure. Moving on. Now, if what you're looking for is a problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata, then this is probably not the RV for you. But you've got yourself a monster viewing and airflow window right there. You'll also find that whether it's this table or the kitchen countertop, everything has a sealed edge counter about it. And that's a, whoa, I'm actually, you see outside that window how it's moving? I jumped in this RV the moment it landed in our drive because I love this floor plan, but the driver's moving right now, and thankfully I got enough of my sea legs from having experience doing this. Now, theoretically, you should not be seeing anything moving outside those windows at your campsite. If it is, your wheel chocks have failed. Man, listen to the diesel engine on this thing rumble. That's like, it's got a good kind of little heavy metal sound about it. Just because hiding behind that table this whole time, hiding behind the table? Yeah, there was a sofa hiding behind the table. You idiot. Case in point, I'm going to take my, ugly, boring brown shoes and trek right across this thing. Now I can still feel the floor move below my feet a little bit, but obviously, 200 pounds of guy can walk all over this thing. I'm not saying you should do a jump up and down barn dance hootenanny on her, but it's fine. And overall, this thing appears to have been very lovingly kept. Like, it's clean inside. It doesn't smell like people. I think you know what I mean. Sometimes there's just some campers that come in and you can tell that, I mean, it just smells like people are hotboxing each other in here. Man, I feel sorry for Hulk Hogan. When he does a Maury Povich DNA test and finds out that not everyone is in fact his brother, dude's gonna be crushed. Another of the newer features on these Jaycos is their freshwater drinking system. You see this little mini faucet right here. Basically, it has its own 12-volt pump and kind of like a 5-gallon Culligan jug to give your family fresh water at any time. However, with only a few minor modifications, you could very easily convert this from a freshwater drinking system into a dispenser for Hidden Valley Ranch.
Oh, yummy.
How about it, Hidden Valley? It's time for some sponsorship money. What do you say? The bed end material looks about like the rest of the RV, where it's seen some better days, but it's not dead yet. It's kind of like the old Monty Python bit where he's like, I'm not dead yet, I feel fine. And as we start taking a look up here, I want to leave you with one parting thought before we step outside. Technically, right now, you're in the shower with me. Hours. A larger handle and an anti-slam door are two welcome features. I feel like we just walked in on Jody over here. I really should have popped this open so that you could see that. Give me just a second here so I can do this properly. But first, the Hideaway Dinofa table, which I'm going to call anti-slam door over here. Catalina's did not have the year before, so if I would have walked up and jackhammered the door like that, it'd have gone kablammy, which it's not doing now, obviously, and that's the sound it would have made, is kablammy. Anyway, outside TV hookups, place to keep your kids tied up, and I guess your pets, but that's weird, right? The awning dancing a little bit. This thing barely touches, even if you just karate chop that thing right there. Judo chop. Anyway, extra large entry handle, and use the sofa armrest to hold that door open because the RV is not level right now. This door kept wanting to shut on me. And I did not want you to miss out on the walk-in pantry that they have over here. That's some serious storage space. And I like how the walk-in pantry Even has its own little dedicated light. But what I also like, if I kick that armrest out of the way, is kick the armrest out of the way. There we go. Nice. Not to mention Mom and Dad have a door here, so they can close the door, let the kids go, you know, when they're all screwed up on the s'mores and the Mountain Dew. What's that? Is that Talladega Nights? He's like, we're all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Anyway, you get the idea. It's really important, I think, we take a look at this, because so far you haven't seen any drawers in the kitchen, and they're kind of important. It's important to both have and wear drawers in the kitchen. The storage in the Seagull, you could say, is kitchen credible. You see that we also have door side ground effects here, which just a neat little accent note I've not seen other brands do. 4,400, 30 pounds, and ooh, look at that dog. And with just one hand, the Legend of Zelda chimes, you can see that we've got a big old storage compartment here under the bed, which, I mean, you know, back in my Mob Hit days, you could hide 3-4 bodies under here. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and a request I get with all kinds of frequency is, hey Josh, what do all those little letters after the numbers mean for the models? Like, can you help me figure this out? So, I took some time, I put this together. Here it is, the definitive guide to decoding model numbers in no particular order. Now there's a ton of them, so I've got a cheat sheet down here, so if it looks like I'm reading off a teleprompter, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way off, you know, paper. Alright, so let's get started. B, it means bunks, except when it doesn't. You know, sometimes it means bed or bath, and sometimes it's just randomly in there. BH means, it definitely means bunkhouse, for sure. Except when it means bike holder, which you don't see a lot, but I have seen. Now, K means kitchen, of course, unless it doesn't. And then it means like a bunk, I guess. They really put the in there. Oh. Alright. After that, it starts to clear up a little bit. There's DS, which means dinette slide, unless it means deep slide. And I just really can't stress enough how obvious this is, guys. SS means super slide, of course, unless it's single slide or sofa slide or super single sofa slide or something. I don't know. A means A-frame. Obvious, right? Boop, A. Except sometimes it's just randomly in a model number, just like 2906A, which I could only assume the brand manager like didn't know what to call it, and they're like, well, I don't know, A is the first letter of the alphabet, so A. Maybe that's the sound the brain made, and that's what they called it. S, slide. Duh. I mean, means slide, of course. Unless it means sofa. Or something else. I don't know. RL, rear living. Unless it's a rear L bunkhouse. And I guess then it... What would that be? An RLBH elemental P? Anyway. TB. Tubular? I guess? I don't know. MK means middle kitchen. MK. One of my favorites recently is the DVDSCK, which means I don't friggin' know. The D in a model number obviously can mean dinette, unless it means deep or derp. V means V-nose, unless it means Versa Lounge, unless it means a V bunk, which some people call an L bunk or a J bunk or a very light model, maybe. What's next? I lost my list here, shaking my head. TE. Oh, the Tedward Edward. I've covered this in depth the last 3 years. Everyone knows TE means Tedward Edward. The one that gets people CK, which obviously means center kitchen, unless it means camp kitchen and not center kitchen. BS means bunk slide or bed slide or bath slide, or of course it means SE, simple edition. Well, special edition, because that sounds better than simple edition. We don't want to call it simple edition because that makes it sound like you're buying a piece of crap. G, garage, unless it means galley, which is, galley is like an old marine term for kitchen, but we'll use it in the RV business when we want to sound all fancy dancy, I guess. X means we literally didn't know what to call this thing, but we want it to sound edgy and cool, so we put an X on it so it's extreme. Unless it means expandable, which literally nobody calls hybrids anymore. XL means extra large, unless it doesn't. Obviously, it could also mean X light, or I mean, it could mean like 10 things. Q, of course, means queen, unless it means quad, which, you know, there's actually a brand trying to come up with quad queen bed floor plans now, just to mess with you. LE, similar to SE, means limited edition. Yeah, buddy. Which means fancy, unless it doesn't, and it means like limited equipment. But limited edition sounds better than lesser edition. T, obviously, means toy hauler, unless it means triple. I don't even, oh my god. W means wardrobe, unless it's a windshield. I don't even know what's real anymore. M, middle, unless this video's an M. It's a mess. You get it. You get the point, obviously. I think I've driven it home and beaten this horse to death by now. It's just alphabet soup, guys. Stop trying to figure out what the model designator means and just look at the camper. Do you like the way the camper's laid out? Awesome. Who cares what it's called? And I know for a fact people don't really care what it's called, because when people go to trade something in, I can't even tell you how many times I go, so what camper do you have right now? And they go, it's well, it's like a Jayco, it's a 30-footer. Can you figure it out from that? You know, nobody knows what the letters mean. It doesn't matter what the letters mean, unless you go to trade it. One of the first and most obvious is, hey guys, Josh RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan again, and happy to announce our 30th year here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. As part of that, our Motor Madness sale.
Motor Madness sale.
Hello?
It's the Motor Madness sale.
Stop that. Long story short, you can see that handy little sewer hose caddy right there holding on to the stinky slinky so you don't have to. Where's the off button? Crap, new camera. What am I doing? Ah! I'm here about nitro-filled tires.
Nitro tires.
Nitro sounds cool, doesn't it? Well, it means I can stand in the slide out without my head hitting the ceiling. And again, I'm 6'2", 6'3", whatever. That is something I appreciate, because I'm kind of a klutzy guy, so if I stand up at that dining table, say, and I want to get up and head over to the fridge, I'm not going to be knocking my noggin on this thing. It's a no noggin knocker? Yeah, we'll go with that. We're also backup camera ready, so should you choose to pick up either an in-motion rear view observation model, give us a call here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, where even if it's on a ladder, we are on top of it. Either that's the one owner alarm honking in the distance, or somebody tried to open the door of a locked car. I think it was the locked car. Anyway, here's this thing again, the Oobach. Oobach, zap where do wop, zip it up and do wop, zap where do, yeah, yeah. The all new Keystone Oobach here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, which of course is Klingon for "you're gonna have a good time."
We'll show you one of these units as long as some of the
But instead of being wastefully large, you can see that they, you know, you can see this is a huge pass-through area.
Jag by KZ is going to make an excellent couples camper, available here at Haylett Auto RV Brokers in Coldwater, Michigan.
Behind those speakers, we do have an easy tilt power awning over here with an auto rain dump. You can just take 2 fingers and pull on that awning arm and it'll crank this thing right down to an angle. Probably not with the Donald Duck sound, but the fact is it'll normally get the job done. So if you are out here and it is a little bit of a drizzly day, you can just keep on enjoying your own little patio party. First, a look with all of our slides closed, and as we do that, you might be wondering, why are the steps folded up when I'm inside of here? This RV literally just landed from the factory. So we're still hooked up to the RV driver's truck, and it's not parked yet. There's a very, very good chance that in just a few moments, the saw when the video first began. Yep, there she is. We are starting to move. Batten the hatches, me hearties. She be sitting still. Discover if you're more of an RV type of family. RV rentals, available at Haylett RV. Camping's not all fun and games, guys. But sometimes it's all fun and games. Here's a quick little behind the scenes look at what goes into broadcasting our company name sometimes. So I'm Josh the RV Nerd. This is my brother Chase Haylett of Haylett RV. We're about to we're about to smash some stuff.
We're gonna smash some stuff.
We're gonna smash some stuff. Just send it. Okay, so do not try this at home. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you can't get motorhome proof tents from China, then I just don't even know what you're supposed to do. Is that even? Hey, Carl wasn't in there, was he?
No, I don't. Maybe.
Oh my God! Where'd the tent go? Oh, there it is. Funny as this is, don't try it at home. But if you did, oh my God! Is there anything left? Deactivate that door and just turn it into a wall. But if something has a wall and you want it to be a door, that's a lot trickier, because then you got to call Mr. Gallagher and you got to whip out the Sledge-O-Matic 9000 series. That came after the 37 series, if you're paying attention. Now, I'm not exactly sure what we're looking at with these nylon cords here. I think we might actually be looking at someone's private time restraints, but moving on from there, start getting some of the storage out of the way, because you're just gonna get punched in the face with storage on this one, brother. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And if you live in an area like I do here in the Midwest where it gets cold, I have an awesome solution for you here. It's a brand new thing I just discovered. It's a hat that has an R38 insulative quality. Check this out. See, you just put this thing up here. You then you have the handy securing adapter. You wrap that around the old nugget, and congratulations! Look at that. Just like that, it's an R38 hat.
As an added bonus, no aliens will be able to read your mind.
Pretty cool, right? Magic. You know, you don't usually find a one owner. I just ran into the TV center. And it just occurred to me that I don't think I showed this RV with the slide closed. Crap. Hold on. Let's back up. Forget everything I just said. Oh, man. Is there a funny bone in your knee, specifically your left one? Because I cracked that sucker. I think I discovered a new human body part climbing up that ladder. When the builders are building the same thing the same way every single time, you reduce cost and you increase quality through repetition. Had you shivering with anticipation there, didn't I? Plus, every new or used RV sold during this huge event will include a 4 Seasons all-climate cover at no additional charge. Not even close. 4 Seasons all-climate cover at no additional charge. Really, dude? Will include a 4 Seasons all-climate RV cover at no additional charge. Kicking off at 10 a.m. August 17th, we have the annual Haylett RV Overstock OEM Obsolete Auction Super Get Your Stuff event. It's not the best name. We're working on that. I'll work that out later. We've got couches, perfect for that used RV that you wanted to freshen up.
Couches.
We've got recliners, which are like couches, but for only one person.
Good if there's only one of you.
And did I mention, we have couches, brown ones, browner ones, and the brownest ones all in one place.
All of the browns.
Old office chairs we've replaced, you bet. Random tires off random things, we've got a pile of them. A naptastic selection of mattresses.
Catch some Z's.
Thankfully, still new, never used. An entire flatbed trailer full of OEM, aftermarket, obsolete, odds and ends, ins and outs. Apparently a couple wipers, water heater doors, a little bit of anything and everything. Even little plug adapters. Basically, we've got a massive selection of some neat random stuff.
Something for everyone!
And enough tongue jacks to give you a heart attack.
Woo!
Get cranking.
So join us August 17th at 10 a.m. at the Haylett RV Overflow lot, which is located just off Lot Road, which is just off of US 12. You can see Haylett RV right there in the distance to give you a reference point. Pull into the TSC Tractor Supply parking lot, weave your way down, hook a left at that little corner, go behind that shed, and right behind all these trailers is the one and only building that you'll need to worry about. And if you get lost, I'm a little concerned for you because there's only one place to go. Be there!
The Haylett RV Overstock Inventory Reduction Blowout Event thing.
Yeah, I really need to work on that, don't I? Now, the one thing I will say, it really did make me sad to see that Jayco was not sensitive to the pressures that the illegal Himalayan Yeti fur trade have, placed upon the Yeti population there in the Himalayas. But there's good news. It's all removable. And frankly, I don't really know anybody that tends to use the factory, bed dressings anyway. Everybody seems to swap that stuff out themselves. If you want one with an oven, call us. We'll get you one with an oven. Did I just sound a little bit like Jerry Seinfeld right there? Like, RV ovens? What is the deal? Anyway. And as you can see, these obviously come in several beautiful shades of brown. Just grab this thing and just shake the bejesus out of it. Just go nuts with this. And one of the cool things, if you're noticing, we are just absolutely loaded with campsite windows so that you get to see your campsite instead of either looking at the neighbors or drawing the shades because you don't want to look at the neighbor who's maybe not in his high school quarterback physical prime anymore, has a shirt off, and is probably drinking a cheap beer. Below those nice campsite windows, and the way the camper's parked, that door didn't want to stay open, so you get a nice look at my shoe. But, the shoe's not included with the camper, so you can't have it. It's mine. Over here in the shower, and it is a shower, not a tub, you can see you've got those... I'm not even sure if those little shelves in the corner are good for shower beers. Remember, 6'9" tall means that this big goofball that you're looking at right here, well, that means that that would be a perfect little like freeze frame, wouldn't it? But now, I Googled what I'm about to show you, and Siri was like, that amount of storage is scientifically redonkulous. And I was like, huh, that's weird.
And right next to that, just over our sink area, is this big skylight, really allowing a lot of air in.
You see how this is a 3-seat sofa? So this is a larger sofa for adult seating. Seating. I think I combined the words seating and sleeping together, and I came up with like some new word that didn't mean either of those things. I'm not sure, but I'm unscripted. We're gonna do that live. We're just gonna leave that right in there, and we're just gonna keep on rolling because he's in there. Now, when you get a hold of one of these, you can feel how it is, you know, a full thickness lamination. So there's not going to be like a thermal gap. What I mean by that is the come on, slam latches. You gotta be difficult, huh? Like me in the morning, you gotta be a little difficult. You gotta show me up on camera, whatever. Slam latches, in theory, unless you smash them, smash latches. Ooh, I like that name, smash latches. With magnet catches, obviously. But what was I getting at? I don't even remember. Over here. Oh my God. Excuse me. Oh, that hurt. Oh. With traffic patterns expected to resume normal by 3 p.m. this afternoon. I've just been handed a note from myself that indicates a new offering's just made landfall here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. For more on this, we go to our senior field analyst, Josh the RV Nerd. Josh? Yes, that is correct, Josh. I can confirm that there is a new Freedom Express that has just landed here with a previously unknown seating configuration, customized and available only exclusively here at Haylett RV at this time. For more on this development, I took to the streets to get the public opinion. Here's what they had to say. Sir, Josh the RV Nerd, Haylett RV News, could you care to comment about the new sofa in the Freedom Express 231 RBDS?
It's wonderful.
Sir, Josh the RV Nerd, Haylett RV News, do you care to comment? Sir, Josh the RV Nerd, Haylett RV News, care to... Excuse me, for $1, could you say your favorite color? As a woman, how do you feel about the new sofa in the Freedom Express 231 RBDS that is available here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan?
I think it's great.
As you can see, the response has been nothing short of overwhelming. Reporting, not so live, from the field, Josh the RV Nerd, Haylett RV News, Coldwater, Michigan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I need so much of the rash cream, but what? I'm sorry, I'm on. It sets off what they call the Catalina Starlight System. What I mean by a minor amount of weathering, if I get really close, we can see that little crack in the D decal right there. But otherwise, she looks all right. Maybe the little bear is trying to scratch his way out. I don't know. I'm not a Steve Irwin zoologist kind of guy. I'm just an RV nerd, man. I'm also trying to stall a little bit as I back up so that I don't trip and fall over something, although that would make for some pretty entertaining footage now, wouldn't it? Little niceties. All of the overhead, like, flip-up cabinet doors, they're strutted. Ooh, you get a nice little look at my legs in that reflection there. But the struts keep that thing open. Speaking of strutting, check out them legs. Because this is a conventional wood stud skeleton trailer. So about roughly every 16 inches on center, kind of roughly the same as a residential standard in that regard, there should be a wall stud. So you just grab a stud finder, which every guy knows before you use a stud finder on the wall, you got to hold it up to yourself and go, yep, there's one. My wife and I, we get along great, but we like very different kind of entertainment. She likes real gritty. You too?
No, just your entertainment is very different.
No, my entertainment is very different. I acknowledge that wholeheartedly, completely. Apparently Applebee's is trying to get us drunk, have the summer beer flight for $6. These people don't realize that if I smell a beer, I'm drunk. You don't know what to say to that, do you?
No, I don't.
But it's not extra wide. It's not super duper tall. It's not super duper heavy. It's not super duper... What if it's late at night, if it's raining, if you have a little bit of a Taco Tuesday emergency? Another thing you can do with this little screen over here is you can kind of pretend to have a little bit of a conversation with it. You can be like, so, Mr. Black Screen, what do you think? Is this a nice camper? And it can be like, oh, yes, it is. This is sure a nice one. Funny, I just need sleep. Okay. Okay. There's a bathroom on the right. We can reach that. And I think there's even a song by Creedence Clearwater Revival that talks about a bathroom on the right. At least that's how most people hear it. Bilstein shocks will be 99% consistent the entire time. They don't have that cavitation effect, long story short. What this all means in English?
I'm gonna make it a lot easier for you. They're German.
I suppose. Yeah, it kind of like that ShamWow commercial.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's German. Everything good comes from Germany, right? Of course, didn't that guy get arrested for whatever? Anyway.
Their engineers are pretty good.
But you see how thick these doorways are? It's actually fully studded framework. You can see how this wall is not buckling when I, ha-pow, tiger smash it, basically. It's been a long time since I did my kung fu training, which mostly consisted of watching The Matrix and falling down and hurting myself. But the fact is, what they did is they redesigned the actual countertop and they put some notches in this. So it just literally, it cannot go anywhere. You're going to have to roll this camper down a hill to get that sink cover to pop off. And that's not a challenge, by the way. I don't want someone trying to prove that right. I'd rather you just take my word for that one. It's not often that in any sales-related field I would tell you just to listen to the words "trust me," but trust me when I say you don't want to try to prove me wrong there. And that's good for long-legged people like me, either using the toilet so I don't have to do any kind of funky twist-em-up RV bathroom yoga. And if Arby's has the meats, Montana has the kitchen.
We've got the kitchen.
I mean, this is a kitchen that just don't quit. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and I've just got one question. What in the Jeff Foxworthy is this thing? Take a look at this. So, some Haylett RV customers of ours were on vacation in Pennsylvania and saw this deluxe apartment in the sky. Why? Why would they do this? I'm trying to figure it out. Is this a thing? And I'm not criticizing. I'm genuinely interested in what's going on here. Is this a thing near floodplains that people do? Is this a normal thing that I've just never heard of? I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen a whole lot of that done very intentionally. Like, what is going on with this? There's like a weird pile of dirt under it, and it kind of looks like they put sort of, well, it almost looks like some stolen concrete pylons from a construction zone under it. If you look really close, there's actually a little green slide. There's children playing under this thing. What is going on? I need to know. So please, help me. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy high-rise camping, everyone. The new look of this thing just looks terrific. I love that white lightning skin package. So the window tint plus those blackout shades means there ain't nobody seeing in this thing. Not no one, not no how, unless they're Superman and they got x-ray vision. If that's the case, you better be wearing that lead apron that you get at the dentist when they say, don't worry, these x-rays are harmless. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go hide in a nuclear bomb shelter while we record this thing. So as we come up here and approach the bedroom, one of the things that I want to kind of point out is the fact that you can see how there's a large breeze window on the either side of the bedroom. Now what else is kind of cool is this comes with a handy inside-outside TV bracket right here. Another thing that's, well, should you choose to add a TV, I guess you'd call that a TV bracket. I guess right now it's just a bracket without a TV. Is it really a TV bracket? Sounds like more of a philosophical conversation. Also, another really cool thing on these J-Flights is the fact that even here at their most basic SLX level, they still have theoretically, if you didn't want to do that, you can run CPAP machines off that inverter, and you know, if you want to go RVing for the weekend, you're not going to die in a precept. That's pretty good. You hear that, Noah? You're not going to die in a precept, buddy. I like it. Water gushing off this, touching this plug, and zippity-zap! Everything just fries and everything's on fire. Well, at the same time, we do all the rest, except for those hidden fees. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Bam!